Indeed. Greetings unto you, beloved and early friends. Thank you so much for joining me again here on another video. I do always appreciate your presence. How have you been? How have you been, friend? How have you been? Man, I've been spending a lot of time contemplating, if you will. Thinking especially about, relationships. And our relationships with our immediate family members. And how, depending on what you've experienced in your life, at some point there's like a loss of vocabulary. You don't exactly know how to articulate all of the things you've experienced or felt or went through, and because of that there is a disconnect in understanding amongst each other. And I'm trying to figure out, what more it is I can do. Hey Nate, thank you for being here with me, my friend. How have you been, dude? How are you feeling? How's life treating you? Do you have any advice, how to articulate a little bit better, some of the experiences that you've had? Or maybe there doesn't have to be an articulation of it. I just don't want to have to disconnect. I don't want to have the disconnect. At the end of the day, that's the thing that hurts me the most. I am as you are. Man. It's so simple, yet it's so satisfying. Edmund, my brother, thank you for being here. 420 loving friend, thank you for joining us as well. I appreciate you being here with us. Man, I am as you are. I am as you are. And so I commit myself to teaching only love by sharing only loving thoughts. Sharing only loving thoughts. So, like this also makes me not think. It makes me feel into this nature of the things you think sometimes, right? And how you will basically come to a very stark judgment of yourself and of your thoughts and of the way you feel about them. And in this stark judgment, you basically condemn yourself sometimes as well. You're like, I'm so horrible. Look, evidence, right? Because of the way I'm thinking. But I don't think just in the things you think you are, sinning, if you will. You're doing something wrong. It's when you choose to take the things you think, be they positively or negatively, and you act them out into the world. That is what your state of being is, right? Not just your thoughts, not just your words, not just your actions, but the combination of that is your state of being. I commit myself to teaching only love by sharing only loving thoughts. Yes, I do. I commit myself completely. Simon, thank you for joining me, my friend, brother. I'm very well today, thank you. Wish I had advice. It's hard to put out an experience into meaningful words. Unfortunately, that is the case. You're very much right, Nate. You can't say it. It's not about not saying it. It's just that we have friends, who identify or prefer the opposite sex, and that word can be something that is hurtful towards them. And out of respect for the friends that I know, I won't use a word that could potentially hurt them. Why am I taking sips of water today? For my state of being. Yeah, absolutely. This is so calming. I'm happy you appreciate it, friend. Calming is what we're about most of the time. Sometimes it can be a little bit extra, but usually calming. Hey, I'm Meltmore. I'm in the shower. I'm breaking all the rules to share love. Dude, you enjoy your shower, Simon. Don't pay too much attention to my voice. Make sure you get all of the nooks and crannies. Sending you love nonetheless, my friend. Thank you for the love you're sending as well. Hey, Nate, I feel that for sure. Man, I believe it's going to be a beautiful day. It's already been a beautiful day. It's been kind of cold and cloudy as of late. You'll probably see it's kind of cloudy behind me. But it's been nice. State of being. My man, keep your mind sharp and focused. Positivity is key, day by day, breath by breath. Oh, absolutely, Task. Thank you for also reminding me of that as well. I believe I can never be too reminded that positivity is key. And that's why I show up, you know? That's why we do this as well every single day, is we show up and we remind ourselves. Remind ourselves what's important. Remind ourselves of each other even as well, right? Just by knowing about each other's presence, we can send each other love. Like literally. Even if... Okay, so let's just put it into a perspective, right? The act of sharing love directly by like being able to give someone a hug versus sharing love in the way that we do right now. You're like, oh yeah, there's a vast difference. But now let's take into consideration another option, the act of not even knowing we exist, you know, on the same planet at the same time, right? Which is usually the state we're in. So now you can clearly notice there is a sheer difference in contrast versus not knowing about each other, not being able to send love, versus actually knowing about each other and being able to send love. And in the all is mind theory, there is no difference in the actual sending of that love if it comes from a pure source than if you were able to do it in a physical form, like with a hug or something. Hippie talk, but that's what I believe. That's why I'm sending you love. Thank you for the love as well, Aaron. Dude, we should have that call, man. Like, I've been waiting as well. Do I have time today? Yeah, I do. Tell me, dude, if you want to call. Good one, Aaron. I'm already butchering it. She sells seashells by the seashore times 10. I'm gonna try it once. I already started struggling in the first tries, so thank you. Trying to learn right now. We're constantly learning, my friend. We're constantly learning. It's never something that we're going to be like, oh, you know, okay, there, I got it now. Now everything is smooth sailing from now on. Because if it was that way, it would get kind of bland in that smooth sailing, right? Sometimes if you're a really good sailor and you're adventurous, you kind of want the bumpy waves, you know, you want to survive them. That's part of life. Nooks and crannies. But need a break. Take a break, my friend. Sit down in the middle of nowhere. As you say, breathe and just look. You know, just observe. Looking and observing is a very surreal part of our human nature as well. It's something that we evolved to survive with, basically. Basically evolved as survival. You know, if we weren't able to look at things and assess whether or not it was dangerous, we would not survive. And if you look at like people doing sports and stuff, as they're like sitting down on the couch, you know, they're also perspiring, they're also have increased heartbeats, increased like flows of testosterone and stuff like that, as if they are quite literally in that physical environment. And I believe it's the exact same thing no matter what it is you choose to observe. You hear what I'm saying? No matter what you choose to observe, somehow your body has like something called mirror neurons, where it tries to mirror the experience that it is you're seeing. And as a result of that, it literally mirrors things like brain activity as well. We can quite literally tune into each other's frequency just by observing. Everything is observing at the same time as well. That's the trippy part about it. It doesn't stop. It doesn't ever stop. We are all on this earth together. Yes, we are prestigious task, and it's a blessing to be able to be on this earth together with one another. Why did the world's greatest military power fail to defend even its own headquarters? I don't know what exactly you're talking about, my friend. You have to give me more information. Hey, friends, I love you. It's Mr. Melt. How long of a walk is it to land that isn't flat? Can you look around and see other buildings? Around now? No. But, I mean, just a little bit that way, it's not flat anymore. Just a little bit that way, it's not flat anymore. And, about 3 kilometers that way, the mountains behind me isn't flat anymore either. But no, I can't see any other houses, that is. Down, good morning. Good morning, all. Okay, cool, my friend. We have other friends greeting each other. I'm having a rough time mentally today. Thanks for your positivity. Thank you, Water Lily, for sharing your presence with us, my friend. I'm sorry that you're having a rough day. I'm happy that you're sharing some time with us. I hope that in some way we can make it a little bit better, put a smile on your face, make you think a positive thought. And if we can do at least that, the world's going to be a little bit of a better place, right? Because it's a little bit of a better place for you. I'm gonna hug that cow. I heard him. They are into it. That cow actually has like a little bit of a stance to it as well. Someone came and picked up like small bull from the what do you call it, little cattle ranch or whatever, and they all got chased, or at least some of them got chased into the camp, and some of them got chased into this area. So mothers have been separated from their little babies, and now they're screaming. You can actually see cows now coming back from there. I think they opened the gates again. They're so leisurely usually as well. And then sometimes you'll just see them like sprinting for no reason. And I'm always curious as to why. That's mama cow screaming, "Where's my baby? Baby, come here, baby." Sending positive vibes to you, Water Lily. There you go, friend. Even more positive vibes coming your way. Right, Kiki. Get him, Kiki. She's actually went for the other dog. She's chilling with Eva right now. Watching the cows as well. And she's becoming such a beautiful dog. As she's like growing into her own little personality. It's beautiful. Good vibes, friend. Remember you are loved. And to do something lovely for yourself every now and then. Absolutely. Be it like the smallest of things, be it cutting some cucumber and putting it in your water so your water tastes a little bit different, and has some electrolytes. Just something as small as that can make a difference in your mental state, because you're like, I did this thing for myself, and now I'm experiencing the effects of this thing I did for myself. And it is beautiful. Do things with intentions. Why did you yell? You get attacked by a bee. Did I yell? Maybe I did. Can't remember. I feel I've been pretty chill today. Did I yell? I don't think so. Well, it's like, yo, you radiate positivity. Don't let anyone or anything change that. Thank you, Traditional Break. I mean, I wasn't this way, in my entire life. And I had to change in order to be what it is I am, if you will. So everything is change, but I believe that if I change into the future, it is only going to be for the betterment of the whole, not for the detriment of it. And if I can continue to change, because that's inevitable, we're going to continue changing. But if I can continue to change for that reason, I believe we're going to be on the right path. Hey, Gob, it's so nice to have you here. Good morning to you. How have you been, dude? How have you been? Actually, I was thinking about you, weirdly enough. Last night, I did some yoga. And I don't know if this is a yoga pose, but where you basically put this arm behind and then you grab it on with the other one. And like this shoulder was significantly more tense, to the point where I had to start with only like fingertips, and then I could get like more fingers in until I could get like a full grip, where the other way around was much easier. And in this stretch, I was like in such a significant amount of pain, but I was just like breathing, just like I'm underwater basically trying to survive. And yeah, it felt absolutely amazing. Really, really amazing. I need to do more yoga because I believe it's just this incorporation of posing yourself in positions that stretches your muscles. Basically, like stretching of muscles helps oxygenate them, and then while you're breathing, you're also oxygenating your entire being. So this, yeah, I understand why it's good. I like it. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do more. And I see all of the seven salutes, all of the smiles, my friends. Mm-mm-mm. I've heard life's secret is about more experience and visually seeing and being a part of different places and people. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Prestigious task, I believe it helps, if anything. But everything that you need is already in you. Because no matter where you go, there you are, friend, right? You don't have to go anywhere or meet anyone necessarily in order to find within yourself that it is you need to find within yourself. Because as vast as you think this outer space is, your inner space is probably just as vast. So your observation on looking around is on point with that thought. Yeah, I hear you. I love you. I love you too, 420. Simply, you learn more about life through more wisdom. You gain wisdom through experience. Probably was Kiki who made you yell, lol. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe it was a ha. Was it a ha? Like, she didn't bite any of my stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I'm blanking, dude. I'm pulling blank cards, man. It's already been erased. Wasn't my brain was like, okay, all of this information I have, which is most valuable. Loud noise, mate. Nah, not valuable information. Whoop, he chucks it. My stream keeps freezing. Hope it's me and not Meltmore. Oh, dude, it's not. I don't think it's either of us. I think it's Reddit, man. Because I was having the same thing for your stream. I don't know if you saw me comment that, but I was like asking in the comment section, is anyone else's stream like lagging every 5 seconds where it's like go, and then you talk again? Yeah, I don't know if it's either of us. It might just be Reddit, man. I'm sorry. I hope that it's not for everyone that way. Mm-mm-mm. Never experienced flatlands until my trip to Colorado Valley. I live in a national forest and have only traveled in hills and thick foliage. Makes me want to see so much more. Okay, Jovan, in that case, we have a lot of flatlands here in South Africa, like a lot of them. Like we literally have an Afrikaans word for it. It's called platteland, which like plat means flat and land means land, flatland. That's what we call it. So yeah, come. There's a lot of it here as well. Like you already have it on your list, so I'm sure you will eventually. Mine as well, Simon. Incoming crash, then perhaps, hopefully not. It seems to still be kind of stable. Yeah, Reddit is just not investing in ARPAN just yet. I feel maybe that will change. I believe. No, I believe. Never predict something or never accept a prediction of something that doesn't empower you. Yeah, so I believe ARPAN is going to take it very seriously, or Reddit is going to take ARPAN very seriously very soon. Mm-mm-mm. I also need to do more yoga. Dude, it's kind of good, man. Like, I mean, exercise is the same thing as well. You're also breathing heavily and moving your muscles and oxygenating them. So I believe it's, like two sides of the same coin, basically. This place looks nostalgic. Thank you, Cardinal. I mean, the feeling of nostalgia can be a good one. Is it a good nostalgic? Are you feeling home? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling safe? If in that case, then I'm very happy for you, my friend. That is exactly what you're supposed to feel. Hey, thank you, Kathy, for the love. I appreciate you, my friend. How have you been? Like, I didn't get to chat in Simon's stream, but like I was going to carpet bomb Simon's stream of love, and my like rewards just would not load, and then Kathy dropped some love instead for me. So I was like, oh, tip of the hat to you. Thank you, my friend. Dude, are the riots near you? Not really, fortunately. Like maybe 200 kilometers or so. What's that in miles? Rido? Rido? Hoe ver is die naaste riot van ons af?
Joburg.
So 200, 300 kilos. So like, yeah, 200 to 300 kilometers. Basically, what, 160 to 220 miles or something away from me. Not that close, fortunately, but it's still my country, dude. That's what hurts. That's what really hurts. Seeing what's happening is what's hurting. Not so much whether that happens to me or not. Reminds me of Rajasthan. Rajasthan. I don't know about Rajasthan. It sounds amazing. South Africa is on fire. Yes, sir. Or ma'am, it is. But every fire eventually burns out. It has to. You know, either the oxygen will get burnt up or the things that it burns gets burnt up. So every fire will eventually die out. So it has to be kept, you know, and this fire can't be kept forever. So eventually South Africa won't be on fire anymore and things will get better. Dum 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 dum. I don't think it's fair that you have that grade of hair, dimples, that smile, and that attitude. I see you often, but this is the first time I've stopped. Infamous one, I mean, it's not exactly something I got to choose, any of it. You know, I didn't get to choose how I look like. I didn't get to choose my mind. I didn't get to choose my life experiences. Some of them I did, you know, but the ones that I think was really shaping, not. And I believe as well, and this was something I was thinking about, interestingly enough, you know, thinking about the ways that I have been blessed. You know, things that I didn't have control over, just like a genetic flip of the coin where I happened to be born, the body I happened to be born into. And how instead of taking this, like, you know, shot, lucky shot, if you will, and using it for my own, you know, further beautification, satisfaction, deification even as well, and giving this thing that I've been given back to the world, you know. And that is the only thing I can do at the end of the day. But I am grateful. And I hope that you know I'm grateful for you as well, Infamous One. Thank you for joining us, friend. Thanks for joining me. You have other friends also loving you. Become one of us, Infamous. Yes. One of us. One. Thank you for the keep calm, my friend. I will. I shall become. I will look forward to seeing you again, Infamous One. Kiki, you want to see what's happening? What that ruckus is? I'll show you. It's this little monster just being an absolute tyranny to the world. Just like, yes, I destroy. Yes, this pipe is broken. I break it even more. Can't stop me. Ah, Kiki! Wat maak jy? Oh, she sees the cat. There we go. And then I have to chip, 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 chip. Stonks? Yee. Man, I'm getting good at this. I don't know if it's 100% level though. Now it is. I'm sorry. It's good to see a little bit of OCD. Never accept a prediction of something that doesn't empower you. That one, that was a nice one. Right? Right. Like, it makes so much sense when you say it as well. Never believe a prediction that doesn't empower you. Because why would you? Why, like, what do you gain ever in doing that? Kiki, can you relax? Kiki, Like, she's gonna completely destroy that pipe. I can see it. But I'm not gonna stop her. Because it's her experience, you know. Let her have her own little divine experience. I can see she's like trying to chew on the rubber band as well. It probably feels nice. Because she's like really like gnawing at it. Kiki, It's a stoute woof. She doesn't care. Not even a bit. Like, there's not even a second of her stopping. Thank you for the love again, Kathy. I appreciate you, my friend. We all melt on this blessed day. Absolutely, my friend. 120 miles is 200 kilometers. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I don't do miles. Kilometers makes significantly more sense. Not to this on miles, of course. I typed that poetically. Oh, absolutely, my friend. I felt that as well. Phonetically, like you. Like she's losing her mind. Kiki, kom hierso. Kom hierso. Stop. Stop dit daai. Stop dit. Kun je ophou? Kiki. Wat maak jy? Stop it. Stop it. Like, look, and she's an absolute monster. Now she's digging dirt up as well. Kiki! Nothing. Not even a flinch. She's just like, I hear you, and I've considered your offer of me stopping my tyrannous behavior, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to listen to you right now. And I have to accept that. I mean, it's just what I have to do. We have converter bot. Wait a second, it's useless converter bot. So it's letting us know that 120 miles in length is about 177,189 custom fit front liners for Ford F-150s lined up next to each other. Yeah, that is useless information, but now I know it, and it's making me feel like, for some reason, it kind of irritates me. No, it doesn't irritate me that much. I mean, I was thinking like someone. This dog is distracting me. You can hear it, right? I need to keep showing you. Kiki! Thank goodness. She has finally subsided her. Yeah, it was like, oh, she's chasing the cat now. The cat doesn't know yet. No, it figured it out. I love that little dog so much, and that, just what it is we're experiencing right now together, basically. I believe that is the thing with having like a baby, just anything. Any human being actually. Because we do that, right? It's so bothering me. There we go. Like, be it with having kids, be it with like seeing each other, be it with just being ourselves. We basically interject these nuances, these experiences into life. And her pulling on that thing, it's funny. I mean, I'm watching her destroy something, which isn't exactly good, and watching her chase the cat. Like, these things are experiences that I wouldn't have had if it wasn't for her being in my immediate environment. And it's like that for everything, technically. Right? Even the blades of grass in my field of vision right now. It's also adding to my experience. And that's what makes the infinite nature of our reality so stonks. I was saying something about the custom fit Fords. You can just basically figure out what the length of one is and just divide, 120 miles by that. So it's not that complicated, fortunately. I wonder if it gives new useless information every single time, though. That is something I would want to know. Diamond Fingers, greetings, Mel. Long time no see. It's nice to see you as well, friend. How have you been? How's life been treating you since? Sorry to see how SA is falling apart. Even more than usual. Stay safe, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. User name. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm trying to stay as safe as I can. Don't take that as an insult, but it sounds like you have rich parents. No, not necessarily rich. My dad was fortunate enough to, when he was still working full time and having saved like for 20 years to buy himself like a property, and that's the property I'm living on right now. Things have been hard in some aspects financially, at least for as long as I've remembered, you know. But I've never had to go to bed hungry, and I can be thankful for that. So, yeah, nothing to complain about. Humphrey, you were way off base. SA is not rich. Yeah, unfortunately not. Okay, he's precious. Me? No, you, infamous one. You can be rich and be an SA. Yeah, it's true. It's just not the case, like for the majority, right? If you're going to take average American wealth households, average any country in the world, you know, households versus the average South African household, yeah, it's not a rich country, my friend. Not for a lot of people. It's easier to leave. It's easier to have a great life with rich parents. I mean, how many kids do you think that grow up with very rich parents who give them absolutely no time because they're so rich? They spend a lot of their time working and grow up completely hating themselves, hating their parents as a result of that as well. I'm not so sure just saying like having a great life is easier just because you have rich parents. I believe having compassionate parents is significantly more important than having rich parents. Money makes things easier in some regards, yeah, totally, but it also corrupts. Not just corrupts, it takes time. It takes a lot of time, username, you know, and we have come to the acceptance, the complete acceptance that we'll give all of our time and then we'll get this money thing. And then at the end of our lives, we get to spend this money thing with the time we have left. And then like our kids are out of the house, our kids have kids, we're busy or we're too old to really enjoy our experiences. And then what is that money going to mean for us? Genuinely. And then if we get sick, which you usually do at that age as well, your money gets depleted in years and you have nothing left. Or you're living off of a like month-to-month pension, which doesn't increase because of inflation as well. So the longer you live, the harder it's going to become to live as well. Like this is not it's not a sustainable system, and it shows a very clear disconnect from human to spirit. You know, like it's it's not in spirit's nature to give all of its essence for this thing that is worthless, you know, in the realm that is spirit. Like you're not going to be comparing how much currency numbers you got to collect at the end of your life to the next person that died after you, or you know, that's entering the afterlife with you, for example. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, so how much currencies did you do? No. And I don't think it's going to be about that, not even closely. I won't argue that, Humphrey, but I don't think that's the case with Mel. Thank you, Edmund. Like we're just people at the end of the day, you know. No matter what our social economic status, no matter our color of our skin, no matter what our hair looks like, if we have dimples or not, we're all just human beings, and it's in that human beingness that we're equals. You know, we get to be. All of us are being here, so we're equally loved, equally valued in the great mind of God. You know, there is no separation. Faith in humanity restored. Love to you, my friend. But I must destroy it, Dad. It is an offense. It's an offense. How dare this snake-looking thing that is also made of rubber bounce back when I pull at it? You need to die. Kiki might need a swap in the Kiki. What? Kiki might need a swap in the Kiki? I don't exactly understand. Interestingly enough, Kiki means machine in Japanese. So yeah, she's our little machine. Machine of destruction. Mr. Smitey, it's so nice to have you here. It's a real head game to think of all the possibilities of where you'll end up and when you are brought into this world. It's like a weird lottery, dude. You know, and in this like theory of the all is one, you're basically experiencing a subjective life regardless of where you're born, in what body you're born, and what time you're born. It's always the same awareness of And then as you move into this life, you basically start building upon your immediate environment, what it is you're experiencing, what it is your body looks like, etc. And like that's just as understanding allows me to love you friends with a genuine understanding of what it means to love one another, to love you as I love myself, as the self that you are. Right? Right? And if we can come to that understanding, and come to the understanding that in the same way that we can love each other, we can love our environments as well, that's the step we need to take to save this planet. How can you get internet connection there? We actually have what's called a point-to-point connection right now. So they have like a few towers, like on mountaintops, and then they attach another little satellite dish to that tower, and our dish points at that little dish, and that little dish points at us, and yeah, then we get like point-to-point internet connection. That's how, my friend. Is SA not North Korea? No, fortunately, it's not, my friend. It's South Africa. So blessed. How do you get your interconnection? You know as well now, my friend. South Africa, I live in the suburb. He's in his backyard. Yes, I am. That would make feet long. Bad bar. Oh, it was wrong? You went and did the math? What a king. But I mean, it is useless information, right? So maybe it's even better. It's even better at being useless information because even the useless information it gives you is wrong. So technically it's a good bot if it's supposed to be bad. Do you know how the internet gets to your home in the suburbs? Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people do. Wires? Like maybe optical fibers these days. You've gained some weight since your first stream. Actually, I've lost like 13 kilograms. I have maybe gained some muscle again. But thank you then, friend. I appreciate that. Bruh, what is OP saying? Listen and you will hear. Blessed. Listen and you will hear. Yeah, those wires go across the entire planet. Yes, they actually do. They actually do. We have those wires in South Africa as well, fortunately. We're a part of the internet. Yay. Trolls, welcome. I don't think they're trolls. I just think they're, loving in their experience of what it is they want to do. They lead to the telecom towers, which can transmit wirelessly as well. Yeah, Sunsane knows, but the man is. I mean, you do know a bit more about tech than the average person, Simon. You do need to take that in consideration sometimes, dude. Things that make very intuitively sense to you because of your experience doesn't necessarily make so intuitively sense to someone else, including in space. Yeah, satellite internet is a thing. It's just not that great as it is right now. Seems to be a fever today, Nate. Yeah, I think so as well. He's in the middle of the desert in Africa. Not exactly. I'm not like exactly in a desert. It's just savanna became it. Like it's more savanna, so it's kind of dry, but not completely desert. In South Africa, also that's not a desert. Yeah, exactly. All good. Were you in South Africa with the violence this week? All good. Where you are in South Africa with the violence this week? Fortunately, it is, my friend. Like the closest violence, if you will, is like what is it? 120 to 220 miles away. So I'm safe. Thank you, friend. The rate of inflammation in SA is amazing. Friends take toothpaste from UK to SA because it's so much cheaper. Yeah. And our currency is worsening at the same time. That's the sad part about it. Like while inflation increases and like minimum wage stays the same, our currency is also losing value. So it's like the triple whammy of being uneconomically stable. They are in every country in the world, and if he's far from telecom towers, there are multiple wireless options, like data is mostly from satellites. Yeah. Like we don't do satellite data that much here. We actually have pretty decent cell infrastructure, like kind of decent cell infrastructure, and We've had Wi-Fi in this area for years, like literally a long time, a very long time, like more than 12 years. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business. Like, internet's a business. So people are like, aware there is X amount of people in this environment. If we put up these towers, we can provide Wi-Fi for these people. X amount of people times X amount of monthly payments for Wi-Fi means this amount of money in this amount of time. You show that data to investors, you get a bunch of people to invest into the project, you put up the towers, you make cash dollar. That's how business works. So yeah, it's a business, friend. That's why we have internet. Da-dum. Exactly. It's corrupt us into thinking money is the goal instead of the experience. Exactly, friend. Like it's literally I think the problem with existence as it is right now is the fact that we have to earn this experience. Like we've already been given and we're already here this loving experience. And yeah, like we already have the resources to take care of everyone as it is. It just has to be a choice. What is it? There we go. Florida the one. Money. From what I've experienced, the more you have, the poorer you are. What I value and prioritize, close relationships. So my words are just a perspective. Absolutely, Jovan. And I feel like the place where you realize the most, just how valuable relationships and the experience of being loving with one another is when you go into, a more molten state, if you will. If you really melt away all of those filters that you've attached to what you think is important in reality, and you get to the essentials of it, it usually reminds you just how important your relationships are, how much you love the ones that you have in your life, how much you appreciate them, and how much you appreciate the experience of being, a profound experience of just being thankful that there is instead of is not. Yeah, life is beautiful. Is he drinking water? Yes, I am drinking water, my friend. Yeah, stay hydrated and subscribe to the Modest Pelican is YouTube channel. To Modest Pelican on YouTube? I've never heard about the Modest Pelican. What type of content does he make, my friend? Human doings. Yeah, dude. That's basically what we've become, This just constant sheer drive to continuously produce and produce and produce and produce and produce. Like what's happening now as well in a lot of places is the utilization of like psychedelics to make us even better at producing. Isn't that a trip? It's a big joke, actually. Hey, Kira. It's so nice to have you here, my friend. Thank you for being here with us. How have you been, my friend? How have you been? I've been thinking about you. I think you chose not to share anymore, even though I wanted you to, but I appreciate your divine choice in everything, nonetheless. But I still want to know how you've been, my friend. I hope you've been a little bit better. What if we're in a simulation? We probably are, my friend. If you take into consideration the amount of technological advancement humanity has made, as it is, and how much more realistic our games have become from having Pong a few decades ago to having first-person shooters that are almost as realistic as life, right? And then if you extrapolate that information just a few thousand years and you couple that with technology like Dyson spheres, and you can power computers off of entire stars, and the amount of processing power that a computer like that would have, it would be very equipped to render a reality very similar to ours. It wouldn't have to render that much as well. It could technically just render our Earth and then pretend to render all of the things around it, and it can then also take into consideration something trying to travel and then render things around that to create the illusion that there is something beyond what it has to render, like always, if you will. And like a Dyson sphere kind of computer like that would be able to do that billions of times. You understand what I'm saying? So it's more likely that we're in a simulation and we're not in a simulation. But I instead like to prescribe to the idea that the all is mind instead. Unless of wolves. Right? So it's kind of the same thing as, the simulation theory, but instead I give it more the divinity spin, if you will, right? Like there's this divine, all is mind source, right? And then our existence as it is right now, is as a loving thought of that mind. And we get to be a part of that mind as mind right now, of our mind, right? And that mind is something that we share universally amongst each other. And it's something that never ceases to be. So to me, that makes more sense than just simulation theory. But I mean, does it change anything? I still think the value in that simulation would be to love one another, nonetheless. If we are, then just get on and enjoy it. If we aren't, do the same. Exactly, my friend. That's the only way. What a formality. Do you think there are intelligent life forms beyond our galaxy? I would be naive to dismiss it, my friend. Right? Like on the scale of our universe, it's more likely than there are aliens than there won't be, statistically. It's a mathematical likelihood that there is at least one other type of life out there. Yes, 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 absolutely. May you all have at least one moment of extreme joyful peace today. Thank you, Kira. I hope all of you have a moment of joyful peace as well. You can have it yourself, right? You just take a second to breathe, become aware of your breath, become aware of the become aware of the way that you feel. Like my hands are extremely cold right now, but I have a warm kiki on my lap. And that was just like that. Just like kind of angered me in my calm. Hey, Nap Queen. Good morning to you as well, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Tips hat. Morning. It's insane. When's the next stream, buddy? Like he actually streamed this morning, at least his morning, before I streamed. And it seems the man's gonna still read some Dutch tonight as well. Dutch every night, Holmes. Might skate tomorrow morning too. There we go. If we have a roof over our head and food on the table, can't really complain. It's true, my friend. Special. Like that's not all life is about, though. No, that is the essentials that we need, and this world provides all of that already for us. Right? Our world is our home, and we can eat from our home as well. So we have those basic essentials. To take the further step and to just help people have that more formally, more standardized, I think is a good word. I don't think that's too much to ask. Quadskate girl, it's been forever since I've seen you here, my friend. So nice to have you. How have you been, my friend? How have you been? Melt brother, so much love and light to you. Thank you, Kira. So much love and light to you as well, my friend. Drink more water. I'm trying to wear jumper. I've already drank like half my bottle. I'm going to top up again soon. Hi, Nancy. It's nice to have you, my friend. Morning where I am. Hope you had a good day. How did you become who you are today? Who are your major influences? Who was one of my major influences? I feel like an archetype was one of my major influences. That's what I'll say. I don't know, Nancy. That's a difficult question, friend. Because I'm constantly becoming that which you think I am. Alright? And if you think I am which you think I am, the only way for you to perceive that is if you are that which you think I am. Right? That's what I believe, dude. That's why we've met each other. That's why we resonate with one another. You can't perceive something you don't have. It has to be something you have, like literally the mind to perceive with. right? There's things in our environment that we can perceive. There's things within each one another that we can perceive sometimes. Man, this is tripping me out because I'm thinking about all of the times I've been taken advantage of, you know, and how I didn't have the ability to perceive that I was being taken advantage of because it was just not something that I could ever see myself doing. So I couldn't see someone doing it to me. Damn. That's a trip. What? Imagine a world where people didn't own land. The first person who owned land literally just stole it from the world, lol. Yeah. Like, how does that even work, actually? It's like, yes, this piece, it's just mine. But why? Because I say so. But it was all of ours a while ago, but now it's mine. But why do you need that much of it? Because it's mine. But that's the whole private property is inherently theft, like bit from Socko, right? Based freaking Socko. Did you see Bo Burnham's special? I hope you did, Simon. I think you would love it. Username says, Meld, I wish you happiness and health. Must go now, but always love chatting to you. If I ever return to SA, I'll be sure to look you up. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, username. Love to you as well, my friend. You might be gone already, but I'm sending you vibes. Looks like a knife. I don't know why, but there's... it's like a upwards pointing knife, and it would add like these glowing vibes coming off of it. So it's not like stabby knife, more like a icon knife, like wow, right? That type of knife. Love to you, my friend. Oh, Estian, I absolutely will open up on Discord. I always hesitate due to worrying about putting negative things into others' minds. Looking forward to melting more of all of you. Like, we have a place for that, and the friends that are sensitive to that also know that that place exists. So if it's something that would perturb them, I believe they have the maturity to not be curious. And I know that is expecting something as well, but you know what I'm saying. We love you, my friend. And if we can help, if we can just, sit with you in a feeling and just send you like a little heart even, right? Just like I see you and I feel you and you are loved nonetheless. We are here for you, my friend. We're all here for each other. There you go. I didn't even have to say it first. I bet 2001 Space Odyssey influenced you. Any good movie recommendations? What do I think is a good movie? I did enjoy Inception. I feel like that's a cheesy thing to say. I did enjoy it. Again, esoteric ideas. I did enjoy Pulp Fiction. I did enjoy The Fifth Element. I did enjoy Mr. Nobody. I did enjoy... Man, what's that Hugh Jackman movie? It's The One? Also so weird, so cool. I did enjoy... I'm like scrolling through my library of things I've watched and how much I felt in watching them. I'm trying to find the ones that kind of have a significant visceral effect on my psyche. When I said that, I thought The Babadook, but that's not necessarily a movie I recommend you watch. I did enjoy Forrest Gump. Man, that was a good movie. I haven't watched any really good movies as of late, though, unfortunately. You have any movie recommendations for me? And I don't think I've seen 2001 Space Odyssey, actually. What was that Matthew McConaughey movie about the Incept? No. It's also like a one-word name, right? Can't remember the movie's name, but that was also a trippy movie. Albert Hoffman, Terence McKenna, Alan Watts, and also and Osho influenced me the most. Albert Hoffman, not as much as Terence McKenna and Alan Watts for me, and I'm not sure who Osho is. I'm curious now as well, actually, Nate. Before we owned America, a Spanish chief said the president wishes to buy our land, but how can you buy or sell the sky, the land? The idea was strange to us. If we do not own the freshness of the air and the sparkle of the water, how can you buy them? Right? It's like, and I feel it's the same thing for our physical beings as well. It's the same thing for our breath. We keep nothing. Absolutely nothing is ours. And yet everything is, you know. We get to hold our breaths only for a few seconds, and then we have to give that back as well. We don't keep these bodies. I don't even think we necessarily keep all of our memories either, right? But interestingly enough, there is a definite connection between how emotionally significant something is and how likely it is to be stored in the memory. And how many of us go through days at a time where we don't have significant emotional experiences? And in a way, that stuff just gets edited out, right? It just becomes like this gray noise in our brains. How much gray noise do you want in your life? These streams have become emotionally significant moments of my life in every single day. You know, like that is a lot. Whew, and I appreciate you, friends, so much for sharing it with me. I love that, Jovan. It doesn't make sense, honestly. It's beautiful as well, just as like a poetic statement. I'm waiting for surgery. So maybe that's it. Healing vibes taken. And positive back to you, my friend. Oh my goodness, you're going into surgery. And I imagine like a divine scalpel. What a trip. What a trip. But now I'm curious as to like, because now it's 2 for 2, right? Now it's 2 for 2, where the thing I see is exactly significant in some way to what is being experienced. So yeah, ciao to you as well, my friend. You're going to be okay. It is time knife, you described, Mel. It's the time knife. Look it up. The time knife? Oh, oh goodness. I don't know what the time knife is. I need to go look it up. Definitely check out Border. Border is a movie. What is it about? Who is it? Who is in it? I don't necessarily care that much, like because of, like, oh, this artist. Now I have to check it out. But like, if there's any significant artists, to give myself like some sort of visual reference as to their acting style or the type of movies they play in. Hey, Mr. Smites, Interstellar is right. Thank you, my friend. That's right. I know it was something of an I and a single word. Interstellar. Also such a trip of a movie. It's a love story, but damn, it's a wild ride. Cool movies, Mel. Check out Kung Fu Hustle. It's a feel-good movie. Kung Fu Hustle, huh? Now I'm thinking of the action movies that I genuinely enjoyed. What is that movie about the chip that gets implanted into the dude's spinal cord so he can walk again? But then the chip has like artificial intelligence in it, and it can like do these super fights with him. Like, it was not that great of a movie, but the idea in the movie I really enjoyed, and the execution, and they had like some real good camera work. And I really enjoy camera work if it's like really on point. So yeah, it was a good movie to me as well. What's it called though? Upgrade. That's the movie's name. Mm-mm-mm. Da-dum. Are you a kingpin of sorts? I don't know what a kingpin is, so I don't think I can claim myself to be such a thing. I'm just a person, my friend. Third eye is open. Oh yes. Oh yes. Like, I feel I've tried to employ so many techniques as well, Jovan. Like there's so many different things you can do. So the things that I've tried to do to like really focus on the opening of the third eye, if you will, is like focusing on colors, right? And then focusing on breath work, really going for like serious deep breaths, and then like the holding of breath, so like being completely without breath and then cycling through those, then imagining breathing golden light through like this place, actually looking up towards it as well, becoming aware that your third eye quite literally is as a third eye. It actually has light receptors and stuff, you know. So physically an actual third eye that you have inside of your brain. And then there's also the knowledge of the fact that our brains, and very close to the pineal gland as well, there is the production of a compound that's known as dimethyltryptamine, you know, and it's endogenously produced, as well as 5-MeO dimethyltryptamine. So quite literally, there are so many different things I'm trying to focus my awareness on. And then with the awareness I'm trying to focus, I'm like trying to force myself a little bit into an opening, right? And I think it's an intention. Again, like all of these things I'm doing with the intention of achieving this result. So at the end of the day, our intentions are going to guide our way. Shrek 2, Shrek 1 was better, dude. Shrek 1 was quite a vibe of a movie as well, actually. Have you watched Hardcore Henry? Hardcore Henry was like the first person like action game of a movie, right? I did watch that. It was a little bit, I mean, it was game-esque in its violence, but it was a little bit much, you know, at some points. I mean, that was the point of it as well, so I wouldn't change it even if I could. But as a recommendation, I think it might be a little bit much for most people. What is your take on Sadhguru? You see, I don't have any intention to throw any shade or judgment, or to say that I am in this way and that they are in that way. Hello, but like I do believe that there may be something inherently wrong with claiming things that aren't actually physically possible, right? Claiming, you know, the fasting of like 13 days without water, without moving, you know, without emptying your bowels. I mean, like if someone that listens to you and aspires to be you, for example, tries something like that and dies in the process, you're responsible for that because you claim to be able to do these things when it's not physically capable, not physically possible for the human body to do these things. So, not a judgment, just a concern, if anything. Altered Carbon. Ooh, is an awesome TV show. You should check it out. So, Water Lily, interestingly enough, yesterday someone asked me Netflix series I want to like recommend. And I thought Altered Carbon, but I actually specifically didn't mention it for the same reason, you know, for the like I didn't mention the Hardcore Henry as well because it's a little bit much sometimes. Yo, like there's a lot of like morally questionable things happening in that movie or that series especially. And I don't think there's anything wrong again with the exploration of those ideas, but to some it might be something that can be disturbing, if you will. But it's also a very good, well-made series. I do agree. No Country for Old Men. I should watch that. Is my recommendation. Tommy Lee Jones, Joss Brolin, and Javier Bardem. Thank you so much for recommending that again. I've heard that recommendation so many times. I still haven't watched it though. I should. That and Transporting with Ewan McGregor. Trainspotting. Trainspotting. Like, I'm trying to infer meaning from just the name, but Train Spotting isn't bringing up any valuable information. Yesterday I was thinking about that in addition to humans that were robots, that was like humans in every way, so much so that you couldn't tell unless you asked, and they had to truthfully tell you how many would choose as their partner, how many of them, or how many people would choose them as their partners. Thinking about the addition to humans, so that's like almost sounds like some Westworld vibes. Westworld integrated into normal society type of experience. I think a lot of people would, unfortunately, because if you could, be with a robot that is almost indistinguishable from a human being, and you could basically program this robot to speak your love language, to be as you are, to deliver exactly what it is you expect of a relationship without you having to bring anything from your side. I believe a lot of people are going to opt in for that because it's the easier option at the end of the day. So yeah, a lot of people will probably. I don't think it's necessarily the ideal, because there's so much to be found in the disagreeing of one another as well. Like, my best friend is someone that I actively disagree with, and I love that. So I wouldn't want to, like, it's not a disagreement of like, oh, core values. It's just how we want to see the world, and how, like, playing devil's advocate, for example. That's why I love Simon as well. He does the same thing a lot of the time, kind of interjects the opposite of what is being said, of what is being felt, and see where that goes, see where that expression leads. Don't watch that. Bardem and his Herrick will remain with you forever. Bardem and his Herrick. I don't know what that even means. Hello. You go on. Oh, mush. Mush. Oh, some leafy down. Oh, some leafy. Oh, some mush. Oh, that's nice. So. I love this little dog so much. Oh, she's such a sweetheart. Like, we're probably going to be seeing a lot of her throughout this year. I will forever remember you, small Kiki. You have now become a part of my life forever and ever and ever. Thank you. Thank you. Hair. What? And his hair will remain with you forever. Yes, true. Good point. Strong, second on No Country, and a late trigger warning for Border. Thank you, my friend. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I appreciate it. An older one, but a good one, is Equilibrium. It stars Christian Bale. A world where emotions are... Oh yeah, I've actually seen that one as well. Man, that was trippy. Where people that have emotions are seen as like weak. So they completely like... And okay, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil the movie completely, but then Christian Bale is basically this like super badass character, slings guns, and then things change. Surprise, surprise! But it's a good movie. It was a really good movie. Just looking into, again, those ideas of what society could turn into, what our lives could lead to, and being aware of those ideas as like a call out of our consciousness, to be like, hey, look at what things could be. Do you really want them to be this way? No? Make a conscious choice for them not to be that way then. That's what I feel it is. Sorry, did I wake you? I'm sorry. Lara von Trier movie Melacola is close to a masterpiece. Obviously, by the title, not a feel-good movie, but wow. Lara von Trier. I'm not exactly sure who that is, and I've definitely not seen the movie. But like, if you really want me to watch these movies, like, do suggest them in the Discord so I can actually like reference back, please, please, friends. Much love, brother. Much love to you as well, Constant. Thank you for being here with us. Lars, sorry, Lars, and not Lara. Thank you, my friend. Legion on FX is a mind trip. Yeah, man, I completely forgot about Legion. Legion is. So, Legion made me really question, the festering of ideas. Like, it basically has this one bit, if you will, where there is like this like little chick, right, that comes out of this egg, but it's like a little baby chick, like covered in grease or like oil, and it like plops around, and it's like basically, and over this there's this dude talking about how an idea can become festered in your mind, and like as you fester it and ignore it and don't become truly aware of it and embrace it as something that you're feeling, it can lead to this like horrible monster that you're building within yourself. It's good. Wil je gaan? Wil je gaan kijken wie er is? Huh? Het is Rudo. Het is Rudo daar. Is dit Rudo? Buy the Deep AMC. Friend, I don't have money to buy stocks, unfortunately, but thank you first. To you friends who do want to accept unsolicited investing advice, buy the Deep. If I was in Dutch, I'd watch that. Legion isn't in Dutch? I mean, it might be. Like, there might be like an option to watch it in Dutch as well. Watch it, dude. Like, Sensei, I think that's actually something you would enjoy, man. Watch Legion. Yes, a delusion. Exactly, my friend. This is great. BS. Just buy the Deep. Thank you, my friend. Today's stream has come to a loving end. Thank you, friends, so much for joining me again. I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.